All right, then we have the Wallaby team for the game this weekend. The Rugby Championship begins. The Wallabies are in South Africa, playing in Johannesburg, and then back here in Cape Town, where I am right now. Yes, another day and another view of Table Mountain. On the previous video, I was I was up there, wasn't I? At the top of Lion's Head, looking there at the top of Table Mountain. Actually, you can't quite see the top of Table Mountain because the cloud's just coming in, but a beautiful sight nonetheless. So I'll leave that view in the background and just say, let me know what you think about the Wallaby team and what their chances are in this game, the battle of the green and the gold. It should be a good game, and do you know what? The Wallabies are in a much better place than I anticipated them being in. Joe Schmidt has done a really good job. They've got a bit of something about them. They've got an identity. They've got some smart, shrewd operators, and no more so the case than at halfback, where they have got two 35-year-olds, one of whom we thought many times his career was done and dusted, but James O'Connor keeps coming back, and his hero's journey, I mean, this would be an amazing chapter, maybe closing chapter of his career, with all the ups and the downs, prodigious talent, some wasted talent, in, out, falling out with people, being amazing. And anyway, he's in the twilight of his career. He's doing some really good things. And then you've got 35-year-old Nick White at scrum half as well, who showed against the British and Irish Lions he is more than good enough to keep his career going, although he has decided he is going to retire, but has put that off for a little bit due to the injury to Jake Gordon. So he starts as well. So two 35-year-olds at halfbacks is the big story there. But there's lots to talk about besides. I've got a combined 23-man squad that I'll come up with at the end of the video. So if you had all 23 South Africans, all 23 Wallabies, which 23 would you pick? And what does that tell us about how this game is going to go, where the balance of power lies? Yeah, thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comment down below. By the way, yeah, I am back in Cape Town. This morning, me and the family were in kayaks, being kind of visited by an inquisitive southern right whale in the Bay of Hermanus. It was magical, to be honest. And then here we are back in the winter sunshine of Cape Town. I am at another Lion Roars hotel, this time the Kloof Street Hotel, right in the middle of Cape Town, and that is that's the apartment. That is the view. So if you want Table Mountain views, look no further, but they have got you back right the way down the garden route in the cities, from Cape Town down to Port Elizabeth on the coast, whether that's Plettenberg Bay, for example, the Winelands, they've got you back there as well. And also you can even do a safari with Lion Roars Hotel. So I'll leave a link in the description and let them be your one-stop shop if you're having a trip down the garden route. I am loving my time here. So for that Wallabies team then, yeah, James O'Connor is in. Now I have checked this and it is confirmed due to an injury to Ben Donaldson. So that's a couple of injuries. So you've got James O'Connor basically is fourth choice fly half for the Wallabies. But it could be an amazing story, couldn't it? It kind of feels like a poetic comeback potentially. It'll be really, really fascinating to see how it goes. And I think I've already mentioned Nick White at scrum half. I think that is arguably where the game is going to be. If the Wallabies are going to win it, that's one of the places it will be won. And Nick White showed against the British and Irish Lions, to be fair, along with Tom Liner, that they can manage a game beautifully when they want to. And I do think that as much as the Wallabies have got some really good attacking players, look at Max Jorgensen in the back line, Joseph Suaalii and Ikitau's a really good centre partnership. Tom Wright, one of the form fullbacks on the planet right now. Despite all that, I do think the Wallabies are just going to have to play territory, kicking game, low risk rugby, try and squeeze penalties at the breakdown to get themselves entries to the Springbok 22, and that is going to be their route to victory, just like it was against the British and Irish Lions. I think that will be Joe Schmidt's plan. Will it be able to overcome the power of the box, and particularly the 23-man squad that is going to be brought there? The conditions, well, here in Cape Town it's lovely. In Johannesburg it looks like it's going to be dry and clear, so it's not going to be the biblical rain of Sydney, and so I think there's going to be opportunities for the attacking side can the Wallabies contain them? The one good thing I am really happy about, when you look at the matchups, Taniela Tupou against Oxenche, inject that into my veins. Two absolute beasts going head to head at scrum time. Two guys that don't eat salad and two guys that are absolute units. Bring it on. And even more so, Eben Etzebeth and Will Skelton. I mean, that is like heavyweight world title bout matchup right there. I wish that for matchups like that rugby had a kind of ice hockey attitude where there are occasions in a game when they can just let the players go at it, because that would be awesome. A shame there's no Rob Valentini opposite Peter Steph Dutoy, two of the best blindside flankers in the world, but Bobby V is injured and unavailable, but Tom Hooper was so good against the Lions, he comes in. And Australia have put the biggest boshes that they can on the park. Will it be enough? That's the question. They've gone for a 6-2 split, so that's one question I have looking at the Wallaby side. Maybe you can answer it. If something happens to James O'Connor, who plays fly half? I'm assuming it would be Tate McDermott, who slotted in on the wing against the British and Irish Lions. But, I mean, James O'Connor's the kind of player that allows you to do a 6-2 split because he, on the bench, can slot in anywhere. But when he's one of the guys starting, if something happens to him, that is a risk. The breakdown won it against the Lions in that third test. Hooper was absolutely huge, McCright and Wilson, and that I think has affected the composition of the Springbok back row with Marco van Staden and Sia Khaleesi both starting in the back row together. Can they neutralise that breakdown threat? Australia can be competitive. Their record in Johannesburg is not good. The Boks are strong in Johannesburg. They're less strong, funnily enough, here in Cape Town, so maybe the Wallabies might fancy their chances in the second test. In that first test, I'm not so sure that they're going to have the power. And just to emphasise that, have a look at the combined team that I've gone for. Tell me if you agree, disagree, what you think of this. So, all the Wallaby squad, all the Springboks, which ones do you pick? I've gone for an all South Africa front row. Will Skelton and Eben Etzebeth in the second row, although Lou Diaka is awesome. In the back row, I've actually gone for Harry Wilson over Sia Khaleesi. Both captains, both brilliant. It's Harry Wilson, absolutely heroic through that Lions series. So I've just nudged for him. And I've just gone for Fraser McCright over Marco van Staden, although van Staden has been better in a Bok jersey than even in a Bulls jersey, and he was brilliant in July. So that's going to be an interesting battle there. So there's 3 Wallabies in the pack. There is also some Wallaby representation in the back line in Max Jorgensen, who I think is one of the best young players on the planet at the minute. He was a sensation in that Lions series. And Tom Wright, so good at fullback. So I've even gone for him over Apelele Fassi. I could have gone for Len Nikitau over Andre Esterhazen. I would always go for a massive, powerful 12 if I had the choice. And even without Dialende, South Africa have got another one. So I've gone for the Boks in 5 out of 7, but look at the bench. Only Angus Bell is there. And I just think that is where the game is going to be won. I think Australia can keep it maybe competitive and tight for 50, maybe even 60 minutes. But the bomb squad has not neutralised for the Boks in the way it has in previous games. That will be something they will be targeting, that impact of the guys that come off the bench. They've got a big job to do. And we've seen it before. And I think we're going to see it in this game. I think we're going to see the Boks win by, I'm going to say 12 points they're going to win by, with the margin, I'm going to say a margin of, Boks by 3 at half time, 12 or 15 by full time. That's my prediction. I'm looking forward to the game. So, got today and tomorrow in Cape Town before heading up to Johannesburg for the test match. Really looking forward to covering that one, getting a load of the fan action from the car park, the braais, outside the ground, the atmosphere in the stadium. I wonder if there'll be another flyover. Yeah, I'll capture it all here on Egg Chasers, so make sure you follow, and then I'll be back to Port Elizabeth down the Garden route, and I'll be back here by next weekend for the Cape Town test match, when I'm sure this city is going to be absolutely buzzing. I'm in a really cool part of town actually. Kloof Street seems to be like hip trendy place, loads of cool places to eat. So I could just sit here for the next 2 days, to be honest, but it's too much to do, so I won't do that. But what I will be doing is bringing you content on the channel, so make sure you hit subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, let me know what you think down below. I'll see you on the next one.